Hi guys, it's Shay again from Ayaba's Wind. I am back to do your spring um, March 2021, your spring forecast for the sign of Scorpio. I hope all has been well. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I am a priestess in the Afro-Cuban tradition, so I'll be interpreting the information, the cards, from an Afro-Cuban spiritualist perspective. If you like what I'm doing, please like the video, definitely share, and certainly subscribe, okay? I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I welcome you to Ayaba's Wind family. Also, if you identify with any of the information and you'd like to explore it further with a private reading, you can email me at ayabaswind, WYND 999 at gmail.com. Okay, so this information is based on getting you aligned with your destinies. Okay, some of the information may apply to you, all of it may apply, or none of it may apply, and that's quite all right. And also keep in mind that these things could have happened in the recent past. They could be happening now, or they could happen in the near future. Okay, and so I'm going to present this information to you in the form of sayings or quotes. And also keep in mind that even though the information will pertain to you, it could apply to the people who are very close to you in your circle. All right. So Spirit is talking about stretch your feet to the end of the sheet, but don't let them fall off. So what Spirit is saying is that, you can, explore the world, but be very careful of taking too many risks. Okay, because if you take too many risks, if you're not thinking, if you're not using your head, you can fall. There could be tragedy and things of that nature. Okay, so Spirit is talking about be careful of an incubus or a succubus, some kind of spirit that basically harasses you or assaults you at night while you sleep. You may get when you're sleeping, you suddenly may get sexual urges. You may feel something, touching you. In extreme cases, sometimes these spirits can bring someone to orgasm. Okay. So, Spirit is saying, you be very careful of these spirits. Okay. Because these spirits have been sent to you because they want to enslave you. Okay, maybe someone has sent these spirits to you. So just be very mindful. I'm suggesting that you do not sleep in the dark. Okay, sleep with some night lights on. If the light bothers you, put on a silk mask, a sleeping mask over your eyes to darken it for you. But I'm suggesting do not sleep in the dark. Okay, a spirit is talking about, if you experience a loss, the passing of someone into the ancestor realm, Spirit is saying do not cry over the dead so much. Okay. Yes, crying and mourning is a natural part of the grieving process. However, Spirit is saying that if you mourn, if you're crying too much over this person who has crossed over into the ancestor realm, Spirit will want to take you out of your misery, will want to take you out of your pain, and could take you to the other side with them. Okay? And it's not out of being malicious. It's out of all of the emotions that are tied to this grieving process. Okay? And so, the spirits, the ancestors don't want to see you in pain. They don't want to see you in agony. Okay? And the fact that you've been blessed with more time on this earth in that shell of a body that you have, you got to take advantage of it. You have to be able to enjoy life, enjoy the pleasures of life in this realm. Okay? Because if you don't, it can be taken away from you. This is what Spirit is saying. Spirit is talking about that, you got to watch your friends, because Spirit is saying that the people who you thought were in your corner, they can abandon you. Okay, so you got to be very, very careful. Spirit wants you to be mindful of walking on steps and being around stairs. There's a possibility of possibly falling, hurting yourself, injuring yourself. Also watch stairwells, so that you are not mugged or robbed. Watch dark corners around stairwells as well. Okay, careful of any kind of bleeding or hemorrhaging from the mouth. In which case you definitely got to go to the doctor and seek medical attention and explore it possibly further. Okay. Spirit is talking about someone may have tried to work you sexually. Okay. And maybe this is the reason why, the incubus and succubus spirits, have been brought up. Maybe this is the reason why you may be experiencing, sexual sensations, at the time that you lay down, okay, having sexual urges and sexual desires. Of course, it's natural, but there's something else. When you're tossing and turning, there's some kind of feeling that you get. Spirit is saying this could be as a result of someone possibly doing, a love spell, something on you. Okay. Spirit is talking about you got to be careful of people in your home, because what Spirit is saying is that, there could be someone that has stolen something from your house. There could be someone that tries to take something. Okay, so you got to be mindful when you have people over, events at your house. Make sure they use the powder room, okay, and not your bathroom with your toothbrushes and your brushes and all of the things that your personal effects, okay, because people can take your hair, they can take, nail clippings and all kinds of stuff. People are scandalous, okay, and the people that you least expect, you don't know what they're into. All right. Spirit is talking about, you got to reach for what you want. You got to have ambition. You got to find that which fuels you. That's that which makes you excited, that invigorates you. Okay. The vitality has to be, I don't know if I want to say restored, but reactivated. Okay. Spirit is talking about, if you are in my tradition, if you are initiated in Lukumi or Santeria or Candomblé, even in Voodoo, it's very important for you to be wearing your blessed artifacts, your blessed beads, and cultivating your spirit and connecting with spirit. Okay. Spirit is talking about, you got to watch losing your job. You got to watch people trying to sabotage you. You got to watch people trying to, usurp you out of position. Okay, you got to watch that, okay, because Spirit is saying that your job, could be at risk, possibly due to betrayal, okay? Betrayal is big here, okay? There's a possible betrayal of friends. There's a possible betrayal at work, okay? And Spirit wants you to keep your eyes open, okay? Spirit is talking about that there could be a woman or feminine energy that's around you, a feminine that is very, very jealous of you, okay? Extremely jealous. So you're going to have to do things to kind of cut that jealousy, okay? You can wear shiny things to kind of deflect that negativity. You really want to focus things around your neck, like spiritual eye, crystals, quartz, but make sure that those, stones and things are angular so it can deflect things. You can even get like a prism, a small prism to put around your necklace. Okay. Because you need things to deflect. Okay. Spirit is talking about being careful of pregnancy in the street. And what Spirit means by that is be careful of, frolicking, going to the romping shop, okay, having trysts and rendezvous while you are in a committed relationship with someone else, okay, because Spirit is saying that those trysts, those rendezvous, okay, those secret hookups, they can result in a pregnancy that can bring you embarrassment and can bring you, drama. All right. Spirit is also talking about be mindful of your legs. Okay. If you're getting strange pains in your legs or in your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hip, anything related to your legs, Spirit is saying that this could be as a result of some brujeria, of witchcraft, of spell work that has been done on you, okay? Spirit is talking about also too, if you are going on holiday, you're going to the beach, when you go into those waters, be very careful of going into those beach waters, okay? Say a quick prayer and acknowledge the God force in the oceans, and say, look, I acknowledge you. I respect your energy in the world. I respect your energy in my life. And I pray that you will allow me and bless me with swimming in your waters, to cleanse me, to uplift me, to enjoy myself and be connected to spirit, to be connected to nature, okay? Because if you don't do that, there could be some challenges when you go in that water, okay? It could be very difficult in you swimming. The waters could be rough. Worst case scenario, someone could possibly be swept away and even drown, okay? So you definitely want to humble yourself before you go to the ocean, okay? Spirit is talking about, you definitely got to be careful with, people. There's a saying in my tradition, it's called friend kill friend. So, friend today, enemy tomorrow. So Spirit is saying, definitely watch your back. Don't be disclosing everything that you're working on with the close people around you, because like I said, friend today, enemy tomorrow. There could be a falling out, something could go down, and you don't need them to have all of your, your secrets, all of your plans, okay? Spirit is also talking about your blood, okay? Be mindful of your blood. You should be getting your blood checked from this point on every 3 to 6 months for the next several months, okay? Spirit is talking about, is also talking about family. There may be some rifts with family, okay? Or there could be something in your family bloodline that you may inherit that you may have to deal with, okay? Spirit's talking about, be mindful of like ear aches or headaches, the body aches and stuff like that, because Spirit is saying that it could be as a result of envy being projected to you, okay? People can look at your pictures on social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and they can project, negative energy. They can covet what you have. They can wish you ill will, okay? And if you are not vibrating high enough, and that means that if you are not praying every day throughout the day, staying spiritually clean, taking spiritual baths, doing your meditation and whatever, you are not vibrating as high. And you could be subject to falling victim to all of the spell work and the brujeria, witchcraft that they are doing to you, okay? Spirit is talking about, there could be some financial strain, financial challenges. And so, you definitely want to be mindful of how you spend, okay? Spirit is also talking about STDs. You definitely got to be, careful with your blood. Be mindful of who you're laying down with, especially if you're having raw, unprotected sex, okay? Because Spirit is saying that, STDs are a possibility here. Spirit is also talking about traps. You got to be careful of traps. These traps could be in paperwork. These traps could be someone trying to get you pregnant, or you someone trying to get pregnant by you to ensure their stability and their security, okay? And also be careful of gossip traps, okay? At this time, gossip, you participating in gossip is not a good look, okay? Someone could say to you, someone could, try and bait you with a verbal trap, a gossip trap. Okay. Oh, yo, did you hear about such and such? Can you believe that? You know, and you may want to respond, yeah, wow, that's not good. Okay. As opposed to saying, yeah, that person's a bitch. And did you know this, and that? Because what could happen is they could take your information and carry it back to the person and pull you into drama. Okay. And have a war be started with you. And then people start throwing witchcraft and cursing you and hexing you and all kinds of drama that you don't need. Okay. And Spirit is talking about that you are a serious spiritualist and that you got to work spirituality seriously. Okay. There could be things that have happened in your life that are pushing you in that direction. And sometimes those things that have happened in your life were not pleasant. Okay. But those things that happened in your life, and my head is tingling, pushed you to get closer to spirit. Okay. Whether you believe in something or whether you don't believe in something. Okay. And spirit will continue to push you in the direction to connect with them until you take that step and connect with them. Okay. So that way, those lessons and those spankings that you get won't be as harsh the closer you get to spirit. Okay. Spirit is talking about, luck follows you. Luck follows you. You have the ability to win numbers. You could have luck in gambling, playing blackjack if you go to the casinos or whatever. But what Spirit is saying, do not spend up your whole car payment. Don't spend up your child's tuition. Don't spend up your mortgage. Play a couple of dollars here and there. But Spirit is saying that you were born lucky, that there is luck that follows you, provided that you stay in alignment with Spirit. You will be all right. Spirit's talking about, you got to be careful of the food that you eat, food poisoning. Okay. Food that sits out a long time, either from restaurants or from eating at people's houses. Guys, let me tell you, I know people who have made baked macaroni and cheese and they have set it in the oven overnight, not one day, but 2 and 3 days, and then have served it to people. Okay. And in that 2 and 3 days that mac and cheese is in the oven, there's all kinds of molds growing on the mac and cheese, orange and yellow and brown. Don't think it's burnt cheese. Okay. You eat that food and that person ate that food and they got food poisoning. So your food practices may not be other people's food practices. Okay. Spirit is saying you got to be careful. Spirit's talking about, if you're a female watching this, if you're a feminine, Spirit's talking about there are some love problems. Some of the women that are watching this, you tend to choose men that are whoring out. They're all over the place. And Spirit is saying you got to watch your back. You got to vet these men. You got to vet these masculines. Okay? Because Spirit is saying that, many of the women are hooking up with men that are all over the place. Okay. And maybe this is where this whole STD thing can enter the scenario. Okay. Spirit's talking about if you are a man or a masculine, money could be flying out of your hands. Money could be hemorrhaging out. You get your hands on money and all of a sudden the money is gone. And you're like, okay, where did the money go? What did I spend on? So Spirit is saying you got to mind your money. Also too, the ancestors want to be acknowledged. Okay. Because they're saying that they want to help you and they can help you. You got to give them a glass of water. I'm going to show you. You get a clear glass of cold water. Okay. You dedicate a light to them. You could put down some white flowers. If you can't find white flowers, put down regular flowers. Okay. Put down black coffee. You could put down fresh fruits. cakes, cookies, candies. You could put down a pipe if grandpa smoked a pipe, cigar. If he smoked a cigar, if grandma liked her Black and Milds, put down a pack of Black and Milds. If they like to drink beer, put down beer. Okay? Liquor always goes at the ancestor altar. I don't give a damn how high and mighty and ultra religious some of your ancestors were. You best believe some of those ancestors were getting a drink or two. You could put white gin, you could put white rum, put liquors down, all right? And go to them, say, look, I come before you here today. I thank you for being in my life. For some of you, I may not have known you, but I pray that you will help me in this earthly plane do the things I need to do. Protect me from my enemies, both seen and unseen, and lift me up, okay? You should say the prayers every day before you step out that door, because the ancestors are saying that they're going to help you, okay? If you know your ancestors' names, you say light, peace, and progress to the spirit of, and mention their name, Anna Mae. Light, peace, and progress to the spirit of John Riley. Light, peace, and progress to the spirit of, Beth Marie. Whatever it is you call them, okay? And then after you say those prayers, you're going to, have a heart-to-heart with them, all right? And Spirit is talking about, you will benefit from taking sweet love baths, okay? This is to sweeten you up, to cut the bitterness that's in your life, and to pull love close to you, okay? So you can get a big mixing bowl, fill it with lukewarm, tepid water, okay? Pour some honey in. You could light a yellow candle as you're making this bath. If you don't have a yellow one, put a white one, okay? Don't stress out about that. Pour some honey in. You could spray some, really sweet perfumes or colognes in the bath, okay? 5 is the perfect number. You could put 5 cups of water, 5, tablespoons of honey or 5 teaspoons of honey in. You can put 5 perfumes or 5, oils in your bath, okay? And then you're going to take your left hand and you're going to pray for what you want. Pray for love and romance and passion, desire and intimacy. Do not mention any names and do not talk about what you don't want. Okay, you're not putting your energy into what you don't want. You're putting your energy into what you want to manifest, okay? You're using the power of your Ache, the ability to manifest and create. You could talk about what your ideal partner will be like, bring someone for your highest good, okay? And then when you finish with that, you go to the shower. And you could spread this bath over 5 days, okay? So you don't have to make it every day. Just take a little each day and bathe with it. You're going to go to the shower, wash with soap and water, rinse off, and you're going to dump this over your head, air dry, dress in white, and sleep in white. You could do this for 5 days. Light the candle each day. When you are not in the house, turn that candle off, okay? The Spirit is talking about you got to do a lot of spiritual baths, okay? Spirit is saying because you are highly spiritual, you can be a magnet, you could be a sponge, you can absorb, people's energies, places' energies, okay, that are not yours, and you could bring it home and it can turn into a hot mess. So Spirit is saying you could do a white bath. I'll put the white bath in the description. Do your white bath. You could do a white bath once a week. You could do it once a month. You could do it once a month for 8 days. Do a white bath whenever you need to, okay? And Spirit is talking about you definitely have to adorn yourself with gold, okay? Get a nice piece of gold, even if it's a little piece. Gold is going to be your metal, okay? And don't get no fake gold, okay? I'm talking about some real gold. It could be gold plated, okay? But the metals have to be real and it has to be gold, okay? Spirit is talking about, you can combine getting that gold with getting an azabache bead or black jet bead with red coral, okay? You can go get the fija, the fist, The fist, which is traditional, especially in my culture. I'm Puerto Rican. Cubans do it. I don't know if the Dominicans do it, but anyway, you need to get like an azabache and coral bead. You can go on Etsy.com and you need to put that somewhere, okay? Because that's going to cut jealousy, because you got a lot of people who are jealous of you, okay? For you, you cannot give pumpkins away. In fact, you should get a pumpkin and keep a pumpkin in your house, because that's going to represent money. When you get that pumpkin, you're going to set your intention. You're going to sit that pumpkin down. You know, you can put, a gold, an orange, or a yellow candle, light the candle, and sit at that pumpkin periodically and call for spirit to bring forth wealth, financial wealth, and stability and abundance. When that pumpkin goes bad, you can throw that pumpkin not in the garbage. You could put it in your backyard, near your house, okay? And hopefully the seeds will catch, okay? And grow more pumpkins, which represent more wealth, okay? If you live in an apartment, you could take it to the park and let it catch root there. But yeah, so Spirit is saying you got a lot of jealousy, around you, okay? Spirit is also talking about, if you do not heed this advice, you will not live to be old, okay? Heeding spiritual advice, okay? Heeding advice, period. Okay, Spirit is going to put people in your life for a reason, to help you elevate, to help you to do the things you need to do, okay? And so, Spirit can move through people, even, strangers. Someone could come up to you, someone can say, hey, I heard that someone's hiring. Why don't you apply for that job? Okay, don't dismiss it because you don't like the person, or you don't like how they look or whatever. Be like, yeah, oh, thank you. Look into it, because that could be the job that brings you the wealth and the stability. Okay, that could be the job where you meet, the love of your life. Okay, so what Spirit is saying, follow advice that's given to you, or it can result in a tragedy. Okay, from a trap that has been set. So the more you know, the better off you will be. Guys, I know knowledge is responsibility. I know it. All right. I know some people would rather be, I don't want to say ignorant, but in the state of not knowing, because when you know, you got to be responsible for that information. All right. And that's why some people, I know I'm not meant for everyone, as far as, my readings are concerned, because sometimes my readings can be a little, they're basically straight to the point. Okay. And so some people can't deal with that. And no, I understand it. Okay. I understand that completely. Okay. But, Spirit is saying, knowledge is power, but also with that sense of knowing, now you are responsible for that information. Okay. And there's a saying in my tradition, he who knows dies differently than that does not know. Okay. Spirit is talking about someone, or either you or someone lives like a prisoner. Like someone feels trapped, okay? And I'm not saying you got physical handcuffs on you, but someone may feel like they can't move, they can't make moves, they don't know where to go. They may feel stagnant, okay? And Spirit is mentioning this. Spirit's talking about someone wants to hurt you badly, okay? They want to hurt you. You got this jealousy, you got this envy thing. You guys got to stay prayed up from the time you put your foot out that bed. From the time you walk to the shower, from the time you walk down the steps to make your breakfast, from the time you get in the car. And it don't have to be a long prayer. Thank you for blessing me with this car. Let me get to and from my destination safely. Boom. That's it. That's a prayer. Okay. But you got to be praying because someone wants to take you out. Okay. So if you find that you're getting in car accidents way too frequently, there's sickness, you lost your job, you're about to lose your place, you can't keep a boyfriend or a girlfriend, the kids are bouncing off the wall, you're having nightmares, you can't sleep, things are levitating, you're levitating out the bed, whatever it is, no. You got to get a reading. You got to do spiritual baths. Okay. You don't need to get a reading with me. You don't have to get a reading with me. You can get a reading with someone, but you have to be able to identify what's going on, because you should not live like that. That is not acceptable. God did not put you on this earth to be suffering and in toiling and in a state of how you say, a state of lacking, you know, or a state of desperation or suffering. The Spirit is talking about, you know, again, with the leftovers, guys, guys, after you cook a meal and it cools down, no more than 2 hours outside in the heat. That meal has to go in the refrigerator. Watch who you eat at people. Watch what you eat at people's houses, and you better be praying over that food, because you don't know people's food handling practice. Okay, you really don't. Spirit is talking about, you know, pray before you travel. Pray on your way to the airport. Pray when you're on the plane. Pray when you get off the plane. Pray when you get in that, you know, that car to take you to the hotel or to your family's house, whatever. You better be praying, because something is up. Something is definitely, you know, up. Spirit is talking about someone is defaming you. Someone is talking a lot of trash about you. Someone has your name on their tongue. Okay. And so, you know, you definitely got to do a cleaning. You can do a nice bath you could do either a quita maldición, or you can do a rompe Saragüey bath. Okay. And you can get those herbs dried or fresh even at Amazon.com or originalbotanica.com. Okay. And you can do that bath. Those baths don't go on your head. Okay. They go from your neck down. You could do the bath for 1 day. You could do it for 3 days. But do a bath, because people, there's tongues on you. People are defaming you, okay? Spirit's talking about, you know, if you are a masculine, a man watching this, it's something about your woman is crying. You know, she may be crying privately, you know, something is wrong. And so Spirit wants you to be able to figure out and recognize, like, look, something's up with her. You better figure out what it is, okay? Spirit's talking about, watch going to a place you want to go, but you've never been. Okay, because Spirit is saying that in this place, there could be war waiting for you. You know, there could be war, there could be danger that's waiting for you. So Spirit is saying, be very careful of going to a place you wanted to go, but you've never been. All right. Spirit is talking again about someone trying to tie you with spell work, with curses, with hexes, with brujeria, with obras, you know, trabajos, bilongos. Someone is trying to tie you, okay? And you, in your prayers, you got to be like, look, you got to take these shackles off my feet. These physical shackles, the spiritual shackles off my feet, okay? Because I was born to be free. You got to say that in your prayer, because someone's trying to tie you, okay? There are mantras that you can do on my playlist to break ties, okay? And so look into that, okay? Spirit's talking about that this, you know, this brujeria and this witchcraft that has been done, it's been done to want to make you feel like a prisoner, to try and make you feel trapped, so you don't move, so you don't elevate, okay? And you got to break out of that. You got to break out of that, okay? Spirit's talking about, you know, if you have children, if you do not have children, this does not apply to you. If you have children in your house, Spirit is saying the youngest child is an extra blessing, okay? What does this mean? This means that this child may have some extra spiritual gifts, that this child could grow to become a priest, an imam, a preacher, a prophetess, a prophet, okay? A curandero, a santera, a babalawo, a mambo, a hugan. Come on. So Spirit is saying you better pay particular attention to the youngest child in your house, okay? But also what Spirit is saying is that this child could potentially get sick. And so be mindful of this child. If the child says, oh, my belly hurts, it could be it's not really in their belly. It could be that they could be having an asthma attack and you don't know the kid has asthma. And this could be the first attack. But, you know, kids don't know how to identify, you know, the portions in their body, or they can't sometimes locate specifically where the pain is. Spirit is saying you got to watch this youngest child, okay? And Spirit is also talking about like the energy that's around you at this time is very hot. So you got to do things to keep you cooled down. You got to wear a lot of white, meaning dress in a lot of white, sleep in white, put your bed in white. Okay, white linens. Keep your head wrapped in white. You know, pour coconut water, cold coconut water on your head from time to time. Okay, you could put a little bit of shea butter on your head, a little cocoa butter on your head. Stay cool, because the energy that's around you, which can last, by the way, for several days, several weeks, or several months, you know, can heat up, and there could be approaching drama if there isn't already drama. Okay. Spirit is also talking about at this time, you should not be eating anything with pumpkin in it, okay? No pumpkin lattes, no pumpkin soups, no, if you can hold off on no squash, no, you know, and watch your protein drinks. Like if you're in the gym now and the protein shakes and all that, sometimes it has pumpkin seeds or pumpkin protein. That's a no-no, okay? Do not give pumpkins away, because if you give pumpkins away, you're giving away your wealth. All right. Pumpkins are cherished and precious for you. Guys, this has been your spring forecast. You know, we are approaching the spring equinox this weekend. I'm so excited. So make the changes you need to make. Get on the good foot. Go into the spring and summer fresh and vibrating high. If you like what I'm doing, please like the video, definitely share, and certainly subscribe. And if you'd like a private reading, email me at ayabaswind, WYND 999 @gmail.com. Ciao.